What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic today. Fantastic today, yeah, why not? So, you just saw me pull all of this wire off of the lawnmower. This is my attempt, being 17 years old, thinking I'm cool, wiring, yeah, using crimp connectors. What I want to do is just redo all of this because it's just crap. Redo all the switches, all the other things, and just get rid of those crimp connectors because they don't look good. They don't look professional. I want to make this thing look nice to an extent. Like, it's not going to look the best because, I mean, the thing's rusty. We're going to paint the frame, though, so. Anyway, besides the point. But not only are we going to be figuring out some wiring, drawing up diagram, we're also going to, I literally had it in my head and I just now forgot it again. Dude, oh. So we're also going to be trying to mount up our foot panels here because we got to keep that lawnmower look. And then once we get those foot panels mounted and squared away, we're also going to try to figure out how to mount up not only our brakes right here, but also our throttle cable, which is under here, which, by the way, if you guys didn't see last video, we did hook up our throttle linkage, and we also installed that little itty-bitty gas tank right there. So if you guys want to go check that out, please feel free, but watch this video first, because you're not going to want to miss it. Anyway, I'm going to try to do most of the wiring inside. That's why I took it off of the vehicle. But since we're out here, we're going to go ahead and start off with mounting our foot panels or our foot wells. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to kind of space some stuff up for me to sit on. That way I can figure out exactly where the seat is going to sit. I'm just going to space up a little bit, not a whole lot. And then after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start figuring out good ways to mount these. They used to mount with a whole bunch of bolts right here. But we'll see. I'm thinking about stealing the mounts off the lawnmower. Haven't really decided yet. We'll figure it out as we go. Let's just jump into it. Anyway, so this piece is originally off of our four-wheeler that we bought. If you guys haven't seen that video, again, go check it out. But I feel like we can figure out a way to mount the footwells. Maybe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time here because I don't even know. I'm just having a hard time here figuring this out because I'm trying to keep it as lawn tractor as possible, but I'm also trying to keep it structural as possible. So I know if I cut these off, they'll go on and they'll work fine. And like I can weld these to this and that'll work good too. But part of me is like, do you really want to do that? Do you really? So, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, bruh. It's weird. But it kind of takes the guesswork out. So, I don't know. Alright. So, we got this guy and this guy both cut. And now we're ready to go ahead and mount them up to our frame over there, which is awesome. And yes, I'm wearing the mask because, again, don't want to inhale this stuff. Not good for your nose, not good for your lungs. So let's go ahead and get those in position on there, or at least one of them. We can kind of eyeball the second one and then go from there. Yeah. Alright, I think we're solid on that side, so let's go ahead. Same thing on the other side. Let's go! Alright, well, I don't know about y'all, but I'd say this is a success. Like, the seat position feels comfortable, the foot placement feels nice. Even if I flat foot, I still got room. I can rest my arms on my wheel, can floor it, foot's comfy back here. If I want to press the brake, I'll reach up forward. It feels nice. I also welded back the steering, so we do have steering. It's a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to be, but I also didn't have all the stuff mounted up on the front when I originally laid it all out. So it does make sense. So the next step in the equation is to try and figure out how to place throttle and the front brakes in foot controls here. So I am going to figure out how to do throttle, and then I'll figure out how to do brakes. Alright, so just to kind of reiterate what I'm saying is, you see how I've sanded or taken off the paint on our piece here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plate that I've cut, and I'm going to lay it right there, weld it all the way around on all sides, and that's going to give structural support. And I'm actually going to weld it this way. It's going to give structural support so that then I can weld this onto here, and rather than just bending that thin metal, it's going to bend not only the thin, or it's not going to bend, but it's going to have the support of the thick metal and the thin metal combined, and it's not going to cause anything to warp or flex, and it'll be very strong. And that's actually how they weld roll cages to cars. They'll put plates in, and then they'll weld the tubes to the plates rather than the tubes right to the chassis. So I'm going to copy that idea and use it here, and it should work out fine and dandy, as they say. Shall we see what we got? Alright. She ain't gonna break, I know that. She's a little awkward though, I will say. But ain't no issues. That can easily be fixed. We can blowtorch right here, bend this up, and then weld a flat plate on it, and then it should stop. Basically, I want it to be more of a push here than a toe jab, like I'm doing. But the throttle is wide open when it's on the ground, and when I let up, it's at idle. Now, the adjustments still need to be made on our cable routing and things like that, because we are a little bit tight on our tolerances with our cable. Like, we could come a lot closer to idle, so she might idle a little bit higher than we would like, but for now she's doing okay, for now. But that is one control down. One more to go, and judging by how this one actually feels, it's not terrible. It's a little bit tight for a throttle, but I think once we get the right amount of, or the right placement of our control, I think we'll be in business, and I think we'll be okay. But for right now, it doesn't look bad, it functions how it should, and when you push it, there's no bending of anything. And the only thing that moves is our throttle, which is exactly what we want. I couldn't ask for more. It's absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. So, I'm going to go ahead and see what we can do about our brake setup. And then it's a possibility that we might be able to, like, roll this thing down a hill. But it's snowing, and I don't want to take chances like that. So I think once we figure out the brakes, we'll call this video done. Alright, so here is our brake cable, or our brake pedal, sorry. And I think I'm going to learn from our throttle over there and not mount it like this, but more so mount it parallel with our mount it parallel with everything, basically. Parallel with this lip. And I think that'll allow us to do more of a roll-on than a toe in and push. And I think it will be better overall feeling, especially since this kind of, it doesn't move much at all. So I think it'll be better to have a bracket that kind of goes shoop shoop. And I have a bracket that goes up and over. It's just needs to be repurposed. So we're going to cut this where it bends, and then we're going to cut it somewhere in here, clean all these boogers off. Sorry. We're going to cut it here where it bends, cut it somewhere in here, clean all these boogers off, and we should have what we need to make our bracket. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll plate it again, just like we did on the other side. And then we'll have a functioning brake system. And that will finish up the video. Heck yeah. Maybe it was recording and it decided to stop. I don't know, but that sucks. Sucks a million. Alright guys, so it has been a couple hours. My camera decided it wanted to die, which is unfortunate. But while it was charging, I did a couple of things. I don't know how many clips that the camera got, but I did get the brake pedal all mounted up. I think the camera died during one of those clips. Hopefully it still captured it and kept it and put it in the record log. If it didn't, I apologize. But this side and that side are all finished up. And then while the camera was charging, I went ahead and made another, that's hot. I made a different shock mount because this one was jerry-rigged AF and I wanted something long-term. So I made this, added a little bit of rake, which I like. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. And I don't have to worry about clearance at all. The shock has about 3 inches of travel and we have way more than 3 inches until we bottom out there. And under the hood, clearance the hood a little bit too. The engine had shifted because I was beating on stuff with a hammer. But I went ahead and evened out the body as well. So now the body sits level and the turning radius is good. Nothing rubs, nothing shifts. It's awesome. The fuel tank is right here, and if we really wanted to, we could add a little fill port through the headlight, which would be kind of funny, but also kind of unnecessary. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've done today, and that's probably all I will do today. That being said, if you guys are watching this the day, if you guys are watching this weekend, it was already Valentine's Day, and I hope you guys did have a fantastic Valentine's Day. If you're watching it after, or you can only watch this after, I'm done. So, yeah, look how close to complete this lawnmower is. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look as stock as it used to, but it looks a lot more factory than I thought it would. Once those, once these foot pieces, were put on, it brought the whole thing together. And I mean, this thing looks ready to boogie and ready to throw down. But before we do that, before I even attempt to start the motor, I really need to take the time, brace everything, get this thing lifted up, turned upside down. So I'm going to be spending the rest of this Sunday doing that. And then during the week, when I have time, I'm just going to mess with the spaghetti pile over here. That way, the next video, which will be out in about 3 weeks, will be the first start and hopefully the test drive of the 100-mile-per-hour lawnmower. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what projects you are currently working on now. I want to hear what you guys are doing currently. And I also want to hear what you guys think of the lawnmower. Let me know what you think I could improve on. Let me know what kind of tires you think I should run when I take it down the drag strip. I have not gotten an email back, but I have emailed my local dragway, and they should be getting an email back to me whether or not I can take this down the drag strip, and what safety measures I need to take to keep myself and the track in good condition. But that's going to end this video. Thank you guys again for watching. Peace out, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.